Welcome back, hunters, to another episode of Monster Field Guide, the show where I catalog the monsters from Monster Hunter World. Today we're looking at Rathalos, King of the Skies. But what's a king without its queen? So let's cover Rathian as well. Starting off, both of these monsters are some of the best flying wyverns, but there's a reason why Rathalos rules the skies and Rathian is the queen of the land. Rathalos' legendary flying skills literally rest on its shoulders. The armor plating on its back has several slits, which allows it to better maneuver its wings to better perform feats of aerial mastery. Rathian is much more suited for the ground, with its larger scaled plating and spikes on its wings, tail, and chin that uses to bash into enemies and deter counterattacks. Like always, let's start with the name. First are both these Romanized stylization of their Japanese names, giving us Laioleus and Laioleo respectively. We can split these up even more, starting with the part that they share. Laio comes from the Greek word Leo, meaning lion. The second part of Rathalos' name is Basileus, ancient Greek word for king, which is my third favorite Disney movie. Now with Rathian, the second half is Basileia, ancient Greek for queen, so they both make lion, king, and queen, which makes a lot of sense. Their head crests resemble that of manes, and they do share a deep bond with each other, making them real royalty of the jungle. This Rathalosian species, as I'll call it, is an excellent example of sexual dimorphism. This is the term for when a male and female of species have distinctive features depending on their sex. This is found all across the animal kingdom, from insects to reptiles to amphibians, fish, birds, other mammals, and even us humans. I already explained some of their differences, but they have plenty of distinctions. First is their coloration, with Rathalos' red being contrasted with Rathian's green, a reference to how these colors are opposites on the color wheel. Next, while both these monsters are venomous, Rathalos' venom is housed in its talons, whilst Rathian's houses her venom in her tail. Rathalos has much better control of its fiery breath, allowing it to be able to spew out its streams of fire. Rathian could only launch fireballs. Rathian, however, is much better at ground physical combat, charging and bashing her opponents, with Rathalos flying around and throwing fireballs like the coward he is. These two monsters make for a fierce power couple. While they don't always share the same environment, when they do, they will fiercely defend each other and their nest. When a Rathian has just laid eggs, Rathians will stay near the nest to protect their children, while Rathalos will use their superior flying capabilities to hunt smaller monsters and bring them back for Rathian to eat. Lastly, Rathalos was brought to Monster Hunter World because it's the mascot of the whole franchise. It was there since the very beginning as the game's flagship monster and has captured fans' hearts ever since. I mean, look at the original game's logo. It's also literally the first large monster we see in the announcement trailer for the upcoming game, Monster Hunter Wilds. And by extension, Rathian has to come as well, because one feels incomplete without the other. That's all the time we have for this week's episode. Next week I get to cover the violent wyvern, Devil Joe.